I've just entered the room with half a cup of milk.
Only half a cup? Only half a cup, you loser.
Don't want to waste it. I already said why. Because it's going to be greasy milk by the end of it. I'm not going to drink it all.
I'm going to drink it. I'm saying now, before we start, I'm going to drink the milk afterwards. Wait, after what, Ting?
So I entered the room, not with only milk, but also three half slices of pizza.
Okay, so by popular request, we received a request to try pizza dipped in milk. So, we're going to try pizza dipped in milk. Do you have anything more to add?
No, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so pepperoni.
Okay, do you want to go first?
I think we should do this at the same time. You're breaking off a tiny chunk. You're so like conservative. It's like dipping this whole slice in this.
It's going to get messy.
Yeah,
it's going to get messy. There's going to be milk everywhere.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, immediately, I should have got napkins.
I don't think I've got enough milk, or the milk's not the right milk. Is it like skimmed?
It is semi-skimmed milk, sorry, Ting. It's true. I don't know. I think it's fine. I quite regularly drink milk with pizza, though, so...
I don't think we need full fat milk.
Oh, come on. I think maybe this pizza is not doughy enough. I think the pepperoni's at least doughy.
We should have gone to the hut.
And there's still time. We could place an order now. We'll be ready by the time we're halfway through recording. Well, I give the pepperoni pizza dipped in milk a thumbs up. I think it's quite good. You look really unimpressed.
It's not distinctive at all. It's not slapping me in the face. It's not grabbing me by the balls. I expected much more. Or were they YouTubers being YouTubers and just overreacting?
Alright. So, let's try Hawaiian then. The pineapple's fallen off. Mine, I'm going to have to just dip the pineapple in with my fingers like a peasant. Why have I never thought of dipping pineapple in milk? It's going to be like a terrible ASMR video where we're just making chewing sounds.
Such a waste of good pizza.
Oh, this milk is greasy.
It's like bad cereal now.
What's the verdict? You still prefer full fat? To be fair, this milk probably will be full fat by the time I finish dipping it in.
We'll go again. I don't know. If I soak it into the crust for a bit longer, it tastes like unsweetened cereal. Oh, I'm moving on.
You're moving on to the Supreme. You're rolling it up. It was quite a smart play.
Maybe we should do other foods dipped in other drinks.
It's like, send requests too.
No, fuck gaming.
This is how this becomes a terrible food blog instead.
It's like shit dipped in piss.
Oh, don't go there, please. Someone will send that in. Okay, so we've both rolled up the Supreme Pizza for more surface area.
You're swirling it.
I'm swirling it, yeah. I want to get...
How desperate.
I want to get more of this milky goodness. I don't know. I mean, maybe the pizza bread is just so saturated with fat, the milk's just not getting in. Maybe we should have used more expensive pizza.
I had a friend who always dipped his McDonald's French fries in his chocolate milkshake.
Was he pregnant?
No. But he was a fat bastard, though.
Fat shaming is not okay, Ting.
I'm really
unless
sorry.
it's Kim Jong-un.
I'm really sorry.
Well, that's 3 slices of pizza.
Wasted. You finished your pizza.
Yeah, it's delicious.
The pizza is delicious, but I feel like it's wasted if putting in the milk.
I would say, I don't really see the point of this beyond just eating the pizza and drinking the milk. That is my reductionist judgment on this. No one was sick.
No, I have no feelings. How disappointing.
How disappointing.
So last weekend you went to sweep the ice.
It wasn't ice. I was very disappointed, actually.
So it wasn't on ice.
No, did I not tell you this? It was on plastic.
You did not tell me this.
Oh, okay. I told so many other people this already. Many other people have asked, oh, how was curling? And I was like, it was kind of on plastic and really disappointing. It was fun, but it would have been way better on ice.
Kinda on plastic. What does that mean? It was on plastic or it wasn't? It was kinda on plastic.
It was straight up on plastic. It was on plastic, and the plastic was kind of like fit together by giant jigsaw dovetailing of panels. And so you would slide what do you call a curling stone? Just a curling stone. It's not like a puck or something, is it? It doesn't have a whimsical name. Anyway, you would slide the curling stone thing and it would kind of like catch on the edges and like go bumping off and, bit of a wreck. And also when you try to polish the ice in inverted commas in front of it, it just made it slower because it was just like, it was just plastic. It was just plastic and they gave you a broom and you just like shook some dust in front of the stone. It's just for show.
Oh, you didn't have like fairy liquid or anything just to...
Oh, that would have been amazing. Imagine if they'd given you like bubble mixture or some fairy liquid. Yeah. No, unfortunately not. It was literally just white plastic.
Did you crush it at least?
Did I crush it? No. We split up into teams. I won a few games, lost a few games. Whatever. It was quite fun. It's harder than it looks. At least it's harder than it looks when it's on plastic.
Did you do any throwing? I don't know if throwing is the right verb.
What, like hoofing it through the air? Yes, I was sliding it on the ground.
Yeah, but throwing the stone sounds much better than sliding the stone.
I did actually one time throw it too enthusiastically and actually just lift off the ground and just like crashed back to the ground. I was like, oh, whoops. And another time I didn't let go. I kind of just like kept holding on and I just like kind of like threw myself over. Too much excitement.
So the kit is the proper kit. So the stone is like a proper stone as far as you can tell.
No, it was a big granite puck of stone that had been highly polished.
Sounds like fun.
It was quite fun. You can go. It's in Kwantong. I'm probably saying that wrong.
Kwantong?
Yes. That one, that place. Yeah. Try it out.
Have you played golf before?
I've been to a driving range. I've never played golf.
Would you want to go to a driving range?
Yeah, why not? Do you want to cultivate a golf habit? Do you play golf?
I've been to the driving range a few times.
Okay.
But I've never taken lessons. It's not a habit. I wouldn't call it a habit because I'm not very good.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I went there many years ago. Once.
Well, let's go.
Let's go play golf.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go play golf and report back next time.
Oh, sometime in the future.
Report back in a year's time.
Can we start talking about toilet stuff again?
Go on then.
Do you have a panic pile of pants?
What?
Where, if you're wearing these pants, you need to because you have someone to do laundry for you. So it's okay.
I don't understand what you mean.
So I have like my regular pants and have a set of pants.
Do you mean pants in the American sense?
No, I don't.
Or you mean in the British sense?
The British sense, of course.
Underwear.
Underwear.
Okay.
So I have a set of underwear where the elastic is just gone. And I leave it there because I know that when I'm starting to wear them, I need to do some laundry. But I realise you're a successful person, so you don't have this problem.
I just like buying pants sometimes. I think I have I have a weekly laundry cycle because someone else does my laundry, once a week. But I have like 20 pairs of pants.
I think I'm at around 15. So if I don't do it for 2 weeks, I'm short.
Yeah, I've been given exciting pants. I was given exciting pants by some friends who came to visit.
Is that okay to give pants as a gift?
I don't know. They came to stay and to say thank you, they posted me a packet of 20 toffee crisps and a pair of exciting pants. And they wrote this on the outside of the, on like the customs declaration. It said, toffee crisps times 20, exciting pants times 1. They were very exciting pants. They're like rainbow coloured.
Can we get matching pants?
What? Why?
I don't know why.
You just think this would be funny? You get matching pants to play golf in.
Yeah, or we can do like Lost Levels Club.
Lost Levels Club pants.
Yeah.
What's the demand for Lost Levels Club pants? Lots of podcasts and YouTube channels do things like this. Did you know that Hello Internet is doing custom trainers? They cost £150 if you want a pair. I don't know why I'm giving Hello Internet free advertising. It's not like they're not successful enough already.
Well, they may...
Maybe they'll get some kickbacks.
Yeah,
I doubt it. I doubt they're going to listen to this.
I was going to say, something along the lines that people can shit on us, literally. But...
There's weird people on the internet, Ting. Don't tempt them. Don't tempt them.
People will buy the pants just so they can follow through.
Just so they can follow through. and send us pictures to Lost Levels. No, please don't. Please don't. Please send them to CGP Grey instead. No, don't do that. He won't read them.
Don't do that.
Yeah, maybe just get him to listen to this podcast and give us a thumbs up. That'd be nice.
Probably give us a thumbs down, or actually he'll give us a very useful critique, no doubt.
Perhaps.
Welcome to Lost Levels Club.
Welcome to Lost Levels Club.
We have with me tonight Sir Michael.
Hello.
Oh, you could do like a toodle. No, but that's a goodbye.
Yeah, toodle pip is a goodbye. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. I can't do that.
You can just do it. Follow through.
Follow through. Oh, if you're insisting. No more toilet humour. And you are Tingathy.
You're therapist.
Yeah,
Let's be clear.
You're right. That's true. You have been, my therapist. Oh dear, you're much cheaper than a real therapist. I just have to pay you for some pizza and a glass of milk. I think you'd rather you didn't get paid. Okay, anyway, moving on.
What have we been playing?
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Surprise, surprise.
I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on the Switch. Because I have actually been away for 2 weeks. I was in Singapore and Malaysia on a family holiday.
Oh, I didn't ask you about that.
There's not much to say.
I missed a trick.
I ate a lot. I actually gained like 3 kilograms in the space of 2 weeks, which is quite a lot. It's quite a lot when you're not deliberately trying to gain weight. And I played the Switch because I brought it with me. Woohoo!
And you finished?
I finished Breath of the Wild. And I finally unlocked the Polaroid and the negative in Binding of Isaac.
So how should we start? Is it just going to be a free-for-all?
Well, I don't know. I think... we didn't plan this through at all, because spoilers? Are there spoilers? Are there no spoilers?
Spoilers.
Okay, fine. Let's just say there's going to be spoilers. There will be spoilers for Breath of the Wild. Chances are, if you actually wanted to play Breath of the Wild and you care about spoilers, you would have already played it by now anyway.
Exactly.
So fair enough. There will be spoilers for Breath of the Wild. You haven't finished it yet, though, have you?
No.
So there won't be spoilers for the ending, because Ting hasn't got there.
So what I listed down was top 3 moments.
Oh, that's difficult. You should have told me to think about this.
Well, I wrote it down. Sorry, that sounded too dismissive.
Oh, yeah, so you did. Whoops. Okay, well, let's do yours first and I'll think of something.
I like the armor sets. I'm surprised how many sets there are.
It's like Dark Souls. I'm just going to compare everything to Dark Souls. It's like Fashion Souls. You can dress up nicely. And I wear armor just because it looks cool rather than for utility a lot of the time.
And there's dye.
Dye? Yeah, you can dye your armor. I haven't actually bothered dyeing anything.
I haven't even found out how to dye yet.
What?
Have I missed something?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
You've totally been where the dyeing place is. You just must have... You blind or something.
Okay. I'll go back. I'm pretty sure I know where it is then. And surprises. Have you been to Labyrinth?
Which one?
I don't...
Do you mean the one in Akala?
Yes.
The island?
Oh, okay, fine.
Yes. I have been to that one.
Amazing.
Is that a pun? Amaze pun. Yes, it was really amazing. I remember the first time... Because the thing is, like, the game doesn't handhold you. I mean, everyone's saying this. And you can go anywhere whenever you like. And the first time I got to the island... Well, the first time I tried to get to the island, I didn't quite have enough stamina. And I just fell to my doom, like a meter before it. And then the next time, I came back a bit later with more stamina. And I landed on the island. And I was like, yes, I'm on the island. And promptly got lasered to death by a guardian. And then I came back later again. And was just wandering through the labyrinth, trying to get to the shrine at the centre.
Because you look at the map and you can see the route. I'm like, the route's on the map.
The route's on the map, but
it's not.
You don't know where you're actually trying to get to. It's not obvious where the actual entrance to the labyrinth is. It's just a load of paths that kind of like dead end at the back.
But there's only one path.
Will
get to supposedly only one path gets to that middle block.
But there's several paths that look like they get to the middle block.
But there's no way to enter them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't know which of them is the right path, so you still have to go back and... Well, I actually just climbed over the walls in the end. I had a lot of stamina by the time I went back there the last time, and I just climbed over the wall. I got to a dead end and it wasn't the right one. I just climbed over the wall, got to another one, and explored there a bit. Climbed over again and went to yet another one.
Oh, it's alright for some. You've really extended your stamina bar.
Yeah, I spent most of my upgrades on the stamina bar. To the extent that I could... Have you got the Master Sword?
No.
Have you found the Master Sword?
No, it's around Death Mountain. Death Mountain? What mountain?
It depends on your definition of around Death Mountain, I guess.
Well, that's what I've been told. That's all I know. Someone
Okay.
has said it's near Death Mountain.
Okay, I mean, I eventually, when I found the Master Sword and then tried to retrieve the Master Sword, and the Master Sword starts to like drain your health as like a test, and it only drains red health. So when you've got like yellow buff hearts, they don't count. It only drains your red health. And I did not have enough red health to pull it out, and I kept coming back after each heart, and I still didn't have enough to pull it out. And there's a character there who's like watching over the Master Sword, and they said basically it's like, oh, well, you know, it's not for lack of training, but, you know, you don't have enough health. You know, you've had enough upgrades, but you've just not put them in health, and so you can't take it out. You're just going to have to keep coming back later. Or there's a way to respec, hint, hint, which actually I knew about. So you found the respec statue. Yeah, that was quite neat as well.
Well, now I know why people need it.
There you go. Yeah, but I just mega buffed stamina.
And the other thing I want to mention was April really likes to watch me play it. She finds it quite relaxing. She finds like she can contribute because the logic behind the game is much easier to grasp than others.
It is a really fun and interesting game to watch. I mean, it looks good. And there's just so many secrets and random things. Like there's all these, like all the different horses. And like, have you found the giant horse?
No.
And have you found like the white horse?
No.
And there's like a skeleton horse as well. And there's like the Lord of the Mountain, like a glowing green kind of horse.
Is Epona there? Epona?
Epona is there if you use an amiibo, because pay to win. Oh, you look so dejected.
I heard that you can get like arrows just for having your amiibo there.
Yeah, you can. Too bad. The thing I thought was interesting though is that the amiibo Sheikah Slate function is actually disabled by default, isn't it? At least it is on mine.
What is the amiibo Sheikah Slate function?
So you know when you bring up the runes and you've got like bomb and stasis and whatever, if you go into the menu, you can turn on amiibo and then there's an amiibo rune.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's how you use the amiibos. And you have to select the amiibo rune and scan the amiibo and then you activate the rune and it like drops a load of buffs.
It's gone. I've told you my top 3.
It's really hard to come up with the top 3 actually. I'm trying to think of like particularly memorable moments, like the first time I tried to fight a Lionel and got totally owned. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'm going to try harder, and then got totally owned. I was like, okay, let's leave this for another day. Have you tried to fight a Lionel?
No. I've only sneaked around one.
Those things are badass.
The 4-legged ones, right?
Yeah, the 4-legged ones. Surprises, like, I was just exploring. I just love to explore, and I was just wandering around.
But exploring with something in mind, or exploring for the sake of exploring?
I was just exploring for the sake of exploring, because I deliberately tried to not rush through the game and just, you know, mainline hitting the 4 divine beasts and whatever. So I did just randomly go off in other directions sometimes. When I saw something interesting, I would just go off and see what it was. So that's how I found that Labyrinth Island, for example, which I really enjoyed. There was another time when I saw a shrine off in the distance, and it was too far to swim, and I just made a long chain of Coriolis pillars. Like, I would make a pillar and then jump onto it, and then make another pillar and swim to it and stand up, and then make another pillar and swim to it and stand up. And that's how I crossed like this ocean to get to this shrine. And I went into the shrine, and it was a major test of strength, which I hadn't encountered before. I'd done a minor test of strength and it was a piece of piss. And I thought, well, how hard can this be? And I got murdered, like completely destroyed. And then it took me a long time before I was able to come back and actually beat that thing. I tried, again, like similar to the Master Sword thing, I kept coming back every time I got a new weapon or every time I got some better armor and stuff and tried again and still just got like destroyed. The only time I eventually won was when I had a frost, like a giant frost sword and could freeze it. Like every hit froze it. And that was enough for me to finally win.
Oh, that means I'm ready for that one as well then.
Well, I think you still have to be competent. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, the frost sword made a massive difference. And then moored to this island is a boat. And then I got in the boat and rode off to another island in the distance. And there was just, have you encountered these challenges where suddenly you set foot on something and like this disembodied voice, like the shrine voice comes out and says, you know, I, so-and-so, sage or something, give you this challenge.
No, not seen that.
So there's one in the Thunder Plains, for example. You go there and it says, you know, oh, this is the Thunder Plains challenge, you know, bring the 4 orbs to their respective statues. That was one of them. But this island one is really interesting because you land on the island and it says like, you survive with your equipment, but can you survive without it? And it takes away all of your gear and you have to try and survive on this island with no gear. That was really interesting. I actually haven't successfully done it yet, but I haven't tried it since I've geared up so many times. I found this really early on in the game, but that's another really interesting thing. Like, there's all these things to discover, and I think I really enjoyed the fact that it didn't hold your hand. It gives you something to look forward to. It's like, oh, this is tough. I'm going to come back later. And then the feeling of accomplishment when you finally do it, much, much better. Breaking into Hyrule Castle early. Another quite fun thing, like talking to people and them saying, oh, there's a secret way into Hyrule Castle. Or try going, entering through the docks at the north rather than doing a frontal assault. And it's way easier. But then you can get into Hyrule Castle and just like climbing to the very top of Hyrule Castle. And the final battle, once you finally activate it as well, that's really cool. Once you got the 4 divine beasts, like the cutscene, that was just like, yeah, amazing. Things I didn't like though, just cause I'll have to complain.
No, we know we should, otherwise it's not very balanced. I
really didn't like Zelda's voice acting. Well, I think it's just like a preference thing. I think, does she have like a pseudo-British accent? Maybe she have a thing for like fake British accents. I don't like them.
It's just not her natural voice.
Yeah, it just sounds like she's really like forced. Like she's trying to sound really like pained or something. I don't know. So I didn't really enjoy the voice acting. Link's voice acting was top notch because he doesn't say anything. Yeah, I just think Zelda's voice acting in particular just wasn't very good, or it didn't fit the tone of the game. And actually King Roam as well. Maybe the voice acting in general I didn't really enjoy.
But it's not very good anyway.
Yeah, and the plot I don't think makes that much sense. But hey ho, it's a Zelda game, I guess the plot isn't going to be...
Is it part of the plot that's comes in early, or makes up most of the story, or is it something towards the end?
So I finally got the true ending the other day, and I think the true ending is worse than the leaving it open ending. Maybe they're setting up for DLC. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you going to bother with the DLC?
I think I might do, actually. Yeah, I actually think I might do. There's still loads of the game that I haven't explored.
And that was my next question. What were your completion stats? I mean, there are no explicit stats, but...
Well, no, there is an explicit stat. I mean, I only noticed it. There's so many mechanics in this game that they actually don't explicitly tell you. Like, there's this whole consistent theme throughout the game of like orange and blue. Like orange means you haven't done it yet and blue means you have. And things that I realized afterwards, like when you pull out the camera to take a picture of something, if you haven't taken a picture of it already, the reticle is orange, and if you have, it's blue. Because before I kept thinking, oh, I have to check if I've taken a picture of this before, and then I realized, oh no, it tells me, it's really nice. Or when you actually encounter a shrine and you've activated it but not finished it, it will be in orange. And if you've found all the chests in the shrine, there'll be a chest icon next to the name as well. So on the map, there's also a percentage out of 100.
Where on the map is that?
It's in the lower left corner.
Okay. It's a number, not a bar.
Yeah, it's a number. It's a number. It's above like a temperature or something. It's like 22 degrees. And then like on mine it says 19 out of 100. So 19% I've done. But you were telling me that's because like 60 or 70 of that percentage is just Korok seeds.
I hope that's right. Now you've said it. But is it 900 Korok seeds?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many. I heard 400 and something, but whatever. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of Korok seeds.
I had real questions like, have you unlocked every region? Have you hit the tower, every tower?
So when I finished the game, I actually had 2 regions that I had just never really been to, or I'd walked into them, but I hadn't explored. So I got the towers for those 2 regions only after finishing the game.
And then things like, how many shrines have you done?
I think I've done about 60 shrines.
And obviously you hit the 4 beasts.
Yeah.
Master Sword.
Yeah. I got all the memories, did all the divine beasts, got the Master Sword.
All in 55 hours. Ish.
How far are you?
I've only done 1 beast, and I am pottering around Goron City.
Well, there's no point rushing it. That's the thing. There's no point rushing it. It's fun, and there's so many like hidden challenges and little nooks and crannies and interesting, callbacks to previous games.
Because I couldn't do what you have done, where you've completed it with 2 areas remaining. I'd like to, because once I'm done, I think. And I like skilling up. I'm really surprised how much armor there is. And the weapons too.
Yeah, because I don't even have all the armor sets either. There are some armor sets that I haven't bought because I can't afford them. And then there's others where I just don't know where they are.
The bonuses aren't told to you up front, are they?
You mean the set bonuses
Yeah.
for... Yeah, so you get a set bonus if you're wearing double upgraded armor from the same set on all 3 slots. And no, it doesn't tell you up front what those bonuses are.
And things like, I've not got the house yet. I'm really looking forward to getting the house.
Oh yeah, getting the house is nice. So I've got the house and it's fully upgraded. But the other major side quest, which I do need to do, because I've heard it's really rewarding, is Tarrytown. So when you buy the house, there are 3 builders who are like tearing down this house, and you buy the house off them. And one of the builders goes off on his own, and he founds a new town. And you have to find people who are unhappy with their lives in Hyrule and bring them to his town for a new life.
Oh, that's really cute.
It is really cute.
Yeah, at times it can be quite cute. But sometimes it's quite surprising. Like, for instance, there'll be a civilian, but it'll turn out to be one of the army of something.
The Yiga clan.
Yeah. I like those moments.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun and surprising, and there's like still the moment of terror when, you know, I haven't played it so much that I'm completely jaded. Like, I'm still, when I get targeted by a guardian, I'm like, oh no, run away. But then I learned that, again, like, you can parry guardian lasers. Did you know this? If you time it just right, you can parry guardian lasers with even like a wooden shield, and it will reflect it back at them and kill them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but cool.
That is cool. There's just so much stuff. I don't realize I can try it. That's why sometimes I forget I can experiment, or that I should.
Yeah, there's so many funny mechanics. Like, did you know you can feed the dogs, and if you feed the dogs, they'll lead you to treasure?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the dogs are so cute, and I want to pet them, but you can't. Yeah.
They'll follow you?
They'll follow you, yeah. But if you feed them enough, then they'll lead you somewhere else, and if you follow them, they'll dig up a treasure chest.
Had wolves attack me?
Oh, I felt so bad about the wolves. Because I'm like, no, I want to be friends. And they're like, no, I'm going to chew your arm off. Like, no.
Yeah, and you can't target them, but you can kill them.
The wolves now, I know they're going to attack me. So you see a wolf and it like goes, oh, woo. And while it's like howling, you just run up and punch it in the face. Sorry, wolf, it's you or me.
If only you could just punch them in the face. You have to slice them up.
Okay, you punch them in the face with a sword and get some gourmet meat.
Yeah.
Other cool stuff, like, you know, when you kill something in the volcano area and it just cooks the meat instantly when it hits the ground. And then the opposite happens when you're on a snowy mountain and you kill something and the meat turns into frozen meat when it hits the ground.
I didn't know that.
You can, if you don't have enough armor, for example, to survive in a really cold place, you can hold a torch and it will heat your body up, or you can hold like a flaming sword. And vice versa. If you're in the desert and it's too hot, you can be carrying the frozen sword and it will cool you down.
That's neat. I've heard things like, if you feed a rusty sword to an Octorok, he'll clean it for you.
Yeah, he'll spit it back out at you, but with the rust cleaned off. So many things. We go on about this forever, but this isn't really a proper Zelda spoiler cast. We're just like gushing about Zelda.
We should have to cut the last few minutes out.
It's
just a list.
Pointless list wankery about Zelda.
I'll tell you things I am hopeless at. I have no idea how to use metal blocks and stasis. I'm not able to use them effectively outside a shrine.
Have you seen this? You can freeze a metal block, hit it a load of times, climb onto it, and then you can use it to just like transport you vast distances because it'll go flying off at 1,000 miles an hour with you holding onto it.
I've also heard that people are stacking the round bomb on top of the square bomb, blowing it up, and using that to create some sort of propulsion at, from a elevated surface or elevated position.
Okay, that one's new to me. I saw one where they stack 2 minecarts on top of each other and you use magnesis to lift the lower... Because the thing is, like, usually the magnesis power, if you're standing on the block you're trying to lift, it just cuts out. But if you stack 2 metal objects on top of each other, you can lift the lower one while standing on the upper one. And so you can make a flying machine, effectively. So I've seen, like, 2 minecarts stacked on top of each other. And he's holding the lower one, and he's like going, woo, and flying off.
And I wonder how the speedruns are working out, because...
I watched one. After I finished it, I watched one. Yeah, sub 1 hour. I think the record is like 43 minutes now.
They have to hit the 4 shrines.
You have to hit... Yeah, so most of the time of the speedrun is taken up by hitting the 4 shrines and getting the runes. Because there is like a hard-coded kill plane where if you don't have the parachute and you leave a plateau, you just die. So you have to do the 4 shrines to get the glider. As soon as you got the glider, they just go straight for Hyrule Castle and win, basically. And it's really tough because you've got 3 hearts, so basically you just can never be hit. But they manage it. And they're using food buffs too. So they'll use like a triple extra damage buff to be able to do enough damage to kill Ganon in a reasonable time.
That's quite fun. You have to think about the rations.
Yeah, I think the route, the optimization of the route has been... I mean, I watched one, but it wasn't the world record. But they're already doing like wacky stuff, like gliding off the plateau and like landing on a horse to make sure they've got a horse. Or then I think a more optimized route then used stasis and did that trick where you like hit something and hold on to it and it just threw them most of the way to Hyrule Castle. Have you seen the thing about the glider challenge? Have you found the guy that says, oh, see how long you can glide for?
No.
And then there are videos of people gliding for like half an hour. Just by continually like shooting bomb arrows into the ground and getting lifted up by the updrafts.
You can fire whilst in the glide. I guess you slow-mo.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to say I wasn't too keen on... What do you feel about the degradation of the weapons?
I think it just encourages me to hoard loads of weapons. So the problem is really that I get a weapon and I'm like, oh, I don't want to use my good weapon. I'm going to just pick up some crap weapons to use. And instead I've just got an inventory stuffed full of good weapons that I never use because they're like my nice weapons. I'm saving these for a special occasion. I'm saving these when important guests come around who I have to kill. And then most of the time I'm just using crap weapons.
So you have a lot of slots then?
I've upgraded my weapon slots a lot. But most of them are filled with weapons that I won't actually use because they're my good weapons. So I'm carrying around like a Guardian Axe ++, a Guardian Sword ++, the giant frost sword, a giant flame sword, a lightning sword, blah, 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 blah.
Do you have a policy of never picking up crappier weapons than what you're holding?
I've got 2 or 3 slots that I usually just pick up crappier weapons on and just burn through them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always really worried about using weapons that I don't know how to get a replacement for. And so I'm just hoarding these weapons, like these... They're not unique weapons, but they're kind of like semi-unique, because I don't know how to replace them. Like, I don't know where to go to get another giant frost sword, for example, reliably. So I'm holding on to this giant frost sword in case I need it.
And did you play tablet mode this time?
I played tablet mode while I was away. I mean, I've mostly been playing it docked using a Pro Controller, but...
So we've changed roles, right? So I'm now playing with the Pro Controller and you're now playing with the Joy-Cons.
On tablet mode, yeah. Yeah, I spent 2 weeks just playing nothing but tablet mode.
So what do you think?
I mean, tablet mode's fine. It's alright.
The controllers.
Like, yeah, I mean, when you're playing it on a tablet, it doesn't feel, it feels more natural to be playing it with Joy-Cons then. I mean, I think it's suboptimal, but it's fine.
I think the Pro Controller's great. Everyone should have it.
The Pro Controller is really good.
The analog stick and the buttons are the right size. They're not so clicky, not so plasticky. Yeah, I'm surprised. Sometimes it's just you get what you pay for.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It costs more than a PS4 controller. The battery life is good though. Like, I think I haven't charged it since.
It's been hard to get hold of. I think April had to call up and get it reserved for someone so I could pick it up.
Yeah, because I was originally going to try and buy you one. Lucky I couldn't find you one because someone else already got you one. This seems to be sold out everywhere now. It was really easy to get one when I bought one, but I guess not so many people had Switches at that point. And now all the good Switch stuff, like all the good Switch games and all the Pro Controllers are just gone, in Hong Kong at least.
I guess no one really appreciated how crappy the Joy-Cons were.
I think crappy is too strong a term.
Sorry.
But, yeah. The Pro Controller's worth it if you can get hold of one.
Yeah, because I didn't expect it. We can move on. Destiny 2. Oh, that's not a good sigh.
What to say about Destiny 2?
We can start by reminiscing about how good Destiny 1 was.
Destiny 1, an offensive Skinner box that trapped me in its loot prison for many months. I played so much Destiny 1. It's so bad, actually. It's so bad. I spent hours trying to solo the Nightfall, trying to solo the Heroic Strike.
It was nice knowing that you were always there.
I was like going mad. What was I doing?
I have no idea. But if I logged on during the week, you're always there. That's quite comforting, I thought.
It's so funny because I didn't even want to play Destiny. You were the one who convinced me to get it. You were like, oh, it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. And I bought it on PS3. And you were like, oh, we were all playing on PS4. And I had to buy a PS4 to play Destiny.
It was amazing.
It was good while it lasted. It was quite fun. I did quite enjoy... For me, I think the most fun was when it was, the Crota raid? Because it was just so dumb. We just spent the whole time trying to... You know what we did, actually? What I really enjoyed about Destiny was just cheesing it. I just enjoyed cheesing Destiny. Like, I enjoyed cheesing the raid, like soloing the raid. I enjoyed cheesing the Nightfall. I'm like, okay, now we're going to hide in this corner and take pot shots. And we can't be hit and we're completely safe. And it takes like half an hour, but it's completely safe. Let's do this really dumb thing. And then when we got the Taken King, you couldn't cheese it. There were just like no exploits. They just designed it better this time. And it somehow was much less fun. It's like, I can't solo this by cheesing it. What's the point? I don't have time for this.
You don't have time for this.
I don't have energy for this. Maybe it's more appropriate. Yeah.
I remember the first raid we did as a group, we had to get up at like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I swear that lasted like 6-8 hours. It felt like that at least.
We didn't even finish it, did we?
No, we had to give up.
Yeah, so Destiny 2, this Rally the Troops trailer you showed me.
What did you think?
I think it is very tongue-in-cheek. They probably know that they've got two kinds of players. They've got ones who care about the lore, who are chumps because the story is garbage now. Because they had a story and they threw it away. And then they've got the people who are just playing it for the loot grind and like to switch their brain off and shoot things, which turns out to be me. Who would have thought? I think it's because I did care about the story and then I realized the story was crap because they literally threw away the original story and they were left with an incoherent mess that they've had to just go with. I don't know what they're going to do for Destiny 2, whether they're going to try and salvage the story or whether they're just going to literally throw it all away and just be loot grind fiesta.
What do they gain from fleshing out the lore?
Story's important, man. Otherwise you may as well just like have... I don't know. What's the point? What's the point in it all?
For the loot.
For the loot. Yeah, well, that's what I said. There's two kinds of players.
Okay, real question is, do you think people will turn up for the lore?
Not now, they won't. So they're probably doing the right thing by going loot heavy.
But interesting, I didn't clock on to the fact that that's how the trailer was pitched.
Yeah, because it really alternated between the serious, you're the guardians of the lost city, and the lost city has fallen, blah blah blah, survivors, etc. Fight back the darkness, and then like, yeah, whatever, loot pinata.
Yeah, there's a line at the end where he's lost the crowd, and then he just finishes, "There will be loot,"
and everyone's like, "Yay!"
And that really spoke to me. So you know which camp I'm in.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss my Yalahorn, my Icebreaker.
It's going to be on PC this time.
Yeah, but I can't play it on PC because you chumps are gonna play it on PS4.
You're going to buy us all PCs.
I'm not made of money. You've already got a PC. It's only Kevin who's holding us back.
So there's one thing I asked that I couldn't even Google it because my memory's so poor. What was the achievements, the medals you could get at the end of each season?
Was this like moments of triumph or something?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Yes. I mean, I only did it for the first expansion. Well, it wasn't even the first expansion. I did it before the expansions came out, didn't I? Because remember that was the whole thing about like killing Atheon and getting all the dead ghosts and all that nonsense. Yeah. I did it the first time. I did get it. What a waste of time that was.
I wonder if we'll play it.
Destiny 2?
Yeah.
I think we'll play it probably about as much as we played Battlefield 1.
Kevin is not sold. Can't convince him to play it.
On Battlefield?
Yeah.
But he's up for Destiny, isn't he?
Destiny 2?
Destiny 2, yeah.
Yeah. And he wanted to play Division as well.
Division just somehow ended up being not fun. Like, I actually did have fun when it was the beta. But when it came to the actual game, yeah, I just couldn't sustain it. I just didn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah, when it started, it was potential, but it never came to anything. Whereas Destiny, it was fun from day one. As weird as that sounds.
The moment-to-moment gameplay of Destiny is and was fun. The meta loot grind of Destiny was horrible and eventually became okay. There is potential. You never know. They might really be able to pull off something special this time. I think they will have learned from the mistakes from the first time, and they've got the time to polish it this time. It's not being rushed out after throwing away the plot. So, you never know. I thought it was going to be a reboot, to be honest. I'm surprised that they are still having all the same characters in the trailers.
They should do.
They should do what? Reboot or keep them...
Keep the same characters, otherwise there's no... Why throw it all away?
Is Bill Nye the speaker of the tower? Am I imagining that?
I don't know.
Just can't take it seriously, man.
You have a problem with Bill Nye, that's the problem.
Was he in Love Actually? Was he the washed-up rock star in Love Actually? Whenever the speaker is talking very seriously, I just imagine Bill Nye in his underpants grinding on some... Oh, dear. Yeah. Can't take it seriously. I'm sorry.
What else has Bill Nye been in?
I don't know.
We need to recreate your impression of Bill Nye.
Rehabilitate Bill Nye in my mind.
Was he in Pirates? Why do I think he's in Pirates?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Was he Davy Jones? Have you busted out IMDb?
I've got Bill Nye dead.
What?
That's one of the Google's alternative suggestions.
No.
You're right. Even looking at him, I can't take him seriously.
Oh, he was the Minister for Magic in Harry Potter. He was Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Recall those magical movie moments, please.
He was in Destiny. Yeah, he's the Speaker of the Tower in Destiny. Oh, dear.
Oh, he was in Total Recall, the remake. He was in Dad's Army as well.
I guess he does at least have a proper British accent.
But not that one that's slightly ridiculous, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so Destiny 2.
I hope we have time.
Yeah, you're going to be busy, man. You're going to be busy.
I'm getting weak. If I even lose 15 minutes of sleep, I feel shocking in the morning.
My sleep pattern has been all over the place for the past month.
But do your eyes burn?
No.
When you wake up?
No, because I'm not a wimp.
They're constantly burning. I just live with it, Ting.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so if I wake up for like 15 minutes, the fact I've woken up for just 15 minutes and then had a broken sleep cycle, everything goes out of whack. Just so weak. I need to start taking substances that you take.
What? I don't know what Nurofen called and flu. That helps you wake up. It doesn't help you sleep.
No, it's waking up that's the problem. The eyes are burning in the morning. And I can get to sleep, it's just I wake up for 15 minutes, half an hour before I go back.
I don't know, man. For a long time I was so tired, I would just wake up when my alarm went off. And I would be like, and I'd have to turn off my alarm. And then my second alarm would kick in. And I'd like turn that off too. And then my third, no, you really need to wake up, alarm would go off.
Are these separate physical alarms?
No, they're all on my phone.
No, that's a rookie.
That's a rookie mistake. They're not like further and further away from the bed. But then recently, I've just been waking up at crazy times in the morning. I keep waking up like 6 in the morning.
Like normal people.
Like normal people. It's awful. How do people put up with it? I've still been getting into work late.
We should move on. So, we wanted to talk about disappointments. Recent disappointments. What do you want to start with?
You particularly wanted to talk about the end of Mad Cats.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise they'd folded, to be honest.
They've been around for so long, I just never thought they'd go away.
What did they make? They made you were saying they make, the joypad you give your younger brother,
or,
younger sibling,
the
whatever.
friend who's come round but you don't really like him, but you can't have a choice. That sounds a bit rude, a bit close to home. It's like I've really got one of those. I
was always interested in buying the Rat 9 mouse. Did you remember those?
No.
Oh, they made this amazing looking mouse called like the Rat 9. It was like Cyborg Rat 9. And it had like a whole load of buttons, but it had a whole load of dials that adjusted like the spacing and size of the mouse, and you could put like different weights in it and stuff. I never actually bought one of these things, but I kept thinking, oh, I should get that for my next mouse.
From the 90s?
No, it's like 2000s. It's like mid 2000s onwards.
That's not a great name for the mid 2000s, by the way.
Okay, I'm gonna show you a picture of one of these things. So it's all made of like separate bits, and like you can twiddle the dials to like adjust the spacing of all the buttons, and
You can change the beat of the LED.
LEDs. They didn't have LEDs back in the day when I first wanted one, but I guess it's just moving with times. That's how they are now. I don't know. As I said, I never actually bought one of these things. I mean, it's like the epitome of like style over substance, but they just look really cool.
They do look really cool.
Actually, it's not style over substance because they were originally supposed to be really, really customizable before they went all glowy LEDs. Anyway, that's the main thing of Mad Catz that I regret not buying.
Yeah, I just thought they would always be around. There'll always be these peripheral makers.
Did they make the instruments for some of the like rhythm games as well and stuff? Am I getting confused?
Yeah, they did it for... I don't know which one, though.
Is it Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they published it, and that's what pushed them over the edge.
Oh, is that what did it?
They backed the reinvention of plastic instruments, but it didn't happen.
Rock Band was so much fun, though. It's so funny that no one plays it anymore. Do you remember? Like there was a period when everyone was always playing Rock Band. It's like, oh, do you want to come around and play Rock Band? Or was this just me?
Guitar Hero, yeah. Don't know if I wanted to play Rock Band.
Oh, it's so much fun. The drums are hard as well, man. Drums are hard. Like, as soon as you have to involve your foot, I just realised, like, wow, my brain is not wired up to control my foot this precisely.
Yeah. But did you sing I guess you didn't sing as well?
Yeah, I could sing.
But
Did you not
drumming,
hear my Katy Perry rendition earlier?
I didn't know. I can't tell, I'm sorry. I'm too tone deaf. I had to get April to help me with the stupid witness puzzles. Yeah, I can't tell.
My singing is not good, don't worry. We've never been to karaoke. It's a very Hong Kong thing. It's a very Asian thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we have not gone. But karaoke was a bit of a disappointment here because like the English song selection is not very good.
You need to bring your own.
Yeah, I should bust out Rock Band. Oh well, too bad. Anyhow,
so you sided on the Rock Band side.
We had Guitar Hero at home, but I think Rock Band was more fun. I never actually bought Rock Band. I often thought about it, but I never actually pulled the trigger and bought it.
So yeah, you played Guitar Hero at home.
I used to really like rhythm games. I used to play a lot of DDR. I had several sets of custom DDR mats. DDR being Dance Dance Revolution.
How many mats did you have?
I had 2 sets of like thin plastic mats, and then I had they kind of like got a bit janky, and I bought 2 new sets of plastic mats, and I also bought 2 sets of foam mats. I never went as far as buying a metal, like an actual metal proper set, though I did think about it several times. I mostly played it when I was like a penniless student, before I became Sir Michael of having disposable income.
Foam mats? Does that work?
Yeah, they were like made of like interlocking sets of foam in like a zip bag kind of thing. So it had much more substance than the thin plastic mats. The thin plastic mats actually were quite responsive in the end as well. They were okay.
What did you dance to? What did you like to dance to?
I just really like I really like the DDR like original music tracks, like Absolute or So Deep, Paranoia. I'm trying to remember all of these like DDR tracks.
So it's kind of like Japanese pop.
Yeah, it's all like weird J-pop stuff. A lot of it is written specifically for DDR, and there was like this massive community on the internet as well that used to do their own custom song packs. Often it would be like J-pop, and they put their own steps and like song files together. There you go, random diversion there. Anyway, other disappointments.
I really want to talk about your iToy gun.
With plastic peripherals. Yeah, I've got is it the iToy gun? I don't know. It's like you've seen it, right?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like a weird red and white plastic thing that you shove a PlayStation Move controller into.
But it's only a pistol.
It's just a pistol,
Because the one Kevin's got is like a rifle. You feel like you should play your games on your knee. One knee and then you're hunched over.
Yeah, this one I think came with Time Crisis 5 or something. I don't know what number of Time Crisis are up to now. But when I bought the PS3, I bought it with... It's really funny thinking back to when I bought the PS3. I bought the PS3 in Hong Kong because I had refused to buy one in Europe on principle.
What principle is that?
The whole backwards compatibility fiasco and charging £400, not $400 for a console that was worse. So I refused to buy one. But when I moved to Hong Kong, I was like, oh, well, whatever. All my stuff is in shipping and won't get here for ages. Let's buy a PS3. And I bought it with the Move Heavy Rain Move Edition because I really wanted to play Heavy Rain because I was feeling all arty-farty.
Did you play it with Move controls then?
I did play it with Move controls and it was a nightmare. And I just gave up towards the end because it was just too hard and finished it with the controller.
Oh, you did finish it?
Yeah, I did finish it. Sean! Is that right? Yeah, and I got the light gun stuff and I had Time Crisis. I also bought Dead Space 2. Never played it. I originally really wanted the PS3 to play Dead Space 2 because I've been watching someone do a Let's Play and I thought, oh, this game looks so much fun and they're having so much fun playing it and being terrified out of their wits. I want to play it myself. Bought it. Never got around to actually playing it, probably because I didn't really want to be terrified out of my wits.
Okay, we're going to talk about other disappointments recently. One of them being Mass Effect Andromeda.
How are you entitled to call this a disappointment, Ting? On what basis? What are your qualifications?
I've only played Mass Effect 2. Only a few hours.
You have played Mass Effect 2?
Yeah.
Well, a few hours.
Only a few hours though, let's be honest. I wanted Andromeda to be good so I could buy it.
So you wanted to get into the Mass Effect franchise?
Yeah, I have 2 and 3.
What system do you have 2 and 3 on? PS3?
Yeah. But I have 2 on PC as well. And there was this whole dilemma of whether I should get 3 on PC as well. But does that matter? I don't think so.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're not going to play it.
Yeah.
I think I have 2 and 3 on PC, and I have 1, 2, and 3 on Xbox 360, and I've just never finished 3. I played 1 and 2, and then 3 came out, and I just never quite got round to it. And I remember there was a whole massive brouhaha over the fact that you needed to play multiplayer to get the best ending at the time. I think they actually patched that out. But for a long time, you needed to play multiplayer to get the best ending. And it just really put me off playing it. I just never got around to it.
And Mass Effect is one of those games that will get 95 as well. That's what I was expecting. I guess that's why had such high hopes for it.
It probably is a disappointment by Mass Effect standards. Like, everyone had such high hopes for it. Well, I say everyone. I mean, I was like, I was not particularly interested in playing it, I've got to admit. It's weird, because you would think it'd be right up my street. But I actually always found Mass Effect a little bit... Because the thing is, I really like RPGs, and I really like sci-fi. And I think if you're like, not a massive sci-fi RPG snob, it probably is really good. But given that I just really like these things, I was just like, it just never quite lives up to my expectations.
What's wrong with Mass Effect?
It's kind of like sci-fi light. Like, it doesn't have enough, like, self-consistency or detail to its universe. Like, its universe doesn't make sense if you think about it for too long. And it's just like, well, it may as well just be swords and magic.
That's what I noticed. It feels like an action adventure game more than an RPG, which I liked for me. Like, I'm not a snob. Let's not pretend that I'm a snob. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it was much lighter than I expected.
I did enjoy it. I did play 1 and 2, and I keep meaning to play 3, but never quite getting around to it.
So, and when we were walking back to this place, we had discussions saying, I said, this is the end of the Mass Effect reboot.
Oh, yeah.
But you said no.
Come on. They're going to make a sequel. And yeah, okay, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I will bet you $1. No, but I would put money on them making Mass Effect Andromeda 2 within 5 years.
But they did Dragon Age 2, which wasn't well received, but it wasn't as bad as Andromeda.
No, come on, Andromeda's not that bad.
Again, I'm getting, like, just purely from reviews, that's all.
I think there was some jankiness to the animations, which is, I think, largely fixed by the recent round of patching, and then there was a lot of shouting from various different people about them not being happy with the plot or the betrayal of certain people in the plot. Probably true. You know what? I haven't really looked into the plot. I just know it's in Andromeda. I assume that it's set after Mass Effect 3 and maybe they've had to evacuate the Milky Way. Don't know. Meh.
Anyway, I also really want to talk about other disappointments in other franchises. I wonder if you have any.
Oh, I definitely do, but...
It's Master of Orion.
Oh, yeah! How could I forget? Wow. I just managed to move on and you brought all the pain rushing back. Yeah, Master of Orion 3. Ugh. That's probably the big one for me.
But, there's a but.
But now there's Stellaris, so it's fine. SimCity? I've never actually played SimCity.
SimCity is still good to me.
You liked it, yeah.
I still play SimCity. I was telling you the other day about the cost of moving to city skylines is just too great for me. I'd rather be building my little model village in SimCity knowing how it works and how the moving parts fit together.
No Man's Sky? But then I expected to be disappointed, so...
I put things like Assassin's Creed. I really want that to be good. I really want to buy Assassin's Creed. Every year I want to buy Assassin's Creed.
Have you played any of them?
Yeah, I had the first one and the second one. One of the middle second ones. I really liked them. I could see what they were doing, or what they wanted to do. But for some reason, all they do now is build amazing cityscapes, but not put anything to back it up.
I think like Zelda Skyward Sword disappointed me.
Really?
But now we've got Breath of the Wild, so all is forgiven.
I never played it.
You know what's going to happen is that we're going to stop recording this podcast and I'm going to just remember like 10 other disappointments. I'm going to be like, all night I'm going to be like, oh, and that disappointment too. What were they thinking? I mean, like Dragon Age 2, I guess. But then Dragon Age in itself disappointed me, to be honest. After Baldur's Gate. Neverwinter Nights. I mean, a lot of these things are being unfair because it's a disappointment when you compare it to that thing because you just wanted more of the same and they've done something different. So some of these are unfair.
I don't know what was important to you at the time back in the day. I wrote down here Tomb Raider. I thought Tomb Raider they're doing well. They had a good thing going and then they released that Angel of Darkness.
Do you know what's funny? What? I've never played a Tomb Raider game. That's actually technically a lie because I have played Tomb Raider 2 for like 10 minutes, but I hardly think that counts. So I've basically never played a Tomb Raider game. So I don't know.
No. The other franchise I had was Splinter Cell, which you definitely won't know anything about then.
Yeah, I definitely haven't played that.
Yeah.
That's like saying, oh, what do you think of FIFA? And I'm like, there's a ball?
So I don't know. Gears? Did you ever believe in Gears?
No, not particularly. I was you know what? Because that's like the first game where we kind of like played together. You were really keen to play Gears. And you were like, oh, you've got Gears, let's play it. And so the two of us played through Gears of War 1 together. And then it was like, let's play through the whole franchise. And so I bought Gears of War 2. And I know there's this whole thing on the internet with, I'm sorry, I'm just gesturing my hands wildly now. There's this whole thing on the internet with Anita Sarkeesian and Feminist Frequency and a load of people saying that the videos are like, whatever, polarizing, let's say. One of the things she said was that the plot of Gears of War 2 was not just bad, but offensive. And then I thought, oh, it must be all hyperbole, especially with all the things people are saying about her. We played Gears of War 2. The plot of Gears of War 2 was offensive. Seriously, man. I was actually like taken back. I was like, did that just happen? Is this isn't a joke, right? This is the actual plot. They actually released this and thought this was an appropriate. So, in that sense, Gears of War 2 was a disappointment. The actual gameplay was quite fun. But I would actually go so far as to say that the actual plot was offensive. Like, the plot made me physically unwell. I thought, this is just, oh dear, yeah, lost for words.
Anything else?
Oh man, I don't know. I need some time to think. What console? What genre?
JRPGs? Final Fantasy? Not really anymore.
Oh dear, Final Fantasy.
But I think PC stuff hits you harder.
There have definitely been some games where I was really looking forward to them and I played them for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is a wreck. We've already mentioned Master of Orion, but the other one, Deus Ex Invisible War. That was a massive disappointment. Did you play it?
Yeah, I played it. I thought, I don't know any better.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah, I played the first one.
You played the original Deus Ex?
Yes.
And you played them in order?
Well, I didn't finish the first one.
Did you finish the second one?
No.
Okay, good.
But I didn't find anything truly offensive with Invisible Wall.
I think it was just so dramatically dumbed down.
Yeah, so all bullets fit different guns. One type of bullet fits all guns, right? Is that one of them?
It was just really, really streamlined to the point of being... It was like diminished compared to the first game.
That's a good word.
Yeah. They cut out so many of the systems, and even things like the game world, like the maps, were just smaller. There was just far less to it in every sense. So that was definitely a disappointment to me.
But saying that, these things have come back.
I do think that Mankind Divided was actually quite good, for example. So, yes, it's not all over. And it won't be over for Mass Effect either.
Okay, fine. I don't know how to bring this all to a comfortable conclusion, a satisfying one. We should come full circle and talk about how disappointing the pizza and milk was. Whether that will continue, whether there'll be a sequel to that.
A sequel to the pizza and milk. If you read more Reddit, I would suggest, why don't we try it with rice? 5 out of 10 on its own, 7 out of 10 with rice. Never mind.
I need to read more Reddit.
You really don't need to read more Reddit. So we were Lost Levels Club.
We still are Lost Levels Club. Please rate and subscribe to us on iTunes.
Please.
Please email us on
mike.and.ting@lostlevels.club.
You can find us on Twitter
@lostlevelsclub.
And we're on YouTube.
Which does not have a catchy URL because we don't have 100 subscribers. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Link in the show notes.
Are you grateful for anything?
I'm grateful for pizza and milk. I'm grateful I went on holiday. I'm grateful it's the long weekend for Easter.
So Michael says bye.
Bye-bye.